Hello, welcome back to my channel today. On the last episode, we talked about a piece of patchwork that I had completed and a possible project that we could do with that. So I do want to show you that I am working on a tutorial for a composition notebook cover that I did. So I went ahead and made it with the patchwork background that we had, and I added a little applique butterfly. And so this is the next thing that you're going to see coming in a few weeks as I work on the pattern for you. But for today's tutorial, we're going to keep to some things that are useful for school, because school will be starting before we know it. So we're going to focus today on making a corner bookmark. And so I hope you'll stick around and gather the supplies that you need and help us make this today. Okay, for today's tutorial, you are going to need 3 squares that measure 4.5 by 4.5. So you want a complete solid square, and you need 3 of these. So it can be a combination of a patchwork square, a solid square. You can do different ones that you like and just mix and match. But either way you choose, just choose 3. And if you want it to be a little sturdier, you may also want to have some interfacing that is fusible that you can put on the back of the main part of it as well. And then you'll just need your scissors to clip your threads, and this will be a very fast, easy, and simple project today. So the first thing we want to do is decide what squares need to be where. So for mine, I'm going to use this square as the back of mine. So I will have this as the back, and then I want this to be a part that can be seen. And then for my third one, I want to use the ones that are flowers. And so for this one, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make it into a perfectly aligned triangle by folding it in half. And then I want to go ahead and put a good crease onto that, because this is going to be the part that is the corner. Now, if you want yours to be sturdier, I mentioned that you can also add a piece of fusible fleece or a piece of fusible interfacing. I'm just going to use a little interfacing in mine. And you can iron that in place, so you can just kind of press that down. And this is just going to add a little bit more stability to your project, so that is a little firmer whenever you use it. So once you get that in place, then you can go back and just make sure that you have that line creased again. And then I'm also going to add it to just one of my other 2 pieces that I'm going to be using. So I am going to put it on the back of one of these, just so that it will add a little bit of stability for that as well. And so once you have all of your pieces pressed, the next thing is to put this together. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you how that's going to look. So decide which part you want to show with the corner. And so for mine, I want mine to have this as the corner and this part showing as the front. And then this will be the part that is on the back. So when I'm getting ready to sew this, I want to sandwich this triangle in between with these 2 right sides facing each other. And what we're going to do is we're going to just sew a 1/4 inch seam all the way around, and we're going to leave one side with a small opening so that we can flip it right side out, and then we're going to come back and top stitch. So now we're going to sew this. So I have, just to show you and make sure, I have mine coming across to the right side because I want to be able to slip it on the right side of the book. So if you want your page to also be on the right side, just make sure your triangle is in the top right corner of your sandwich. And we are just going to go through and stitch all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam. You can pin it if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to. You will also want to remember to always back stitch when you start. A couple of stitches. You're just going to continue all the way around. So when you get to the corner, you just want to let your needle down, Go ahead and turn it, keep it on that 1/4 inch. Make sure things stay aligned as you turn, and continue to sew around the other side. Again, make sure you always lower that needle so that you don't lose your place. Okay, we're going to continue on the third side. Okay, so now we are about to be on the top corner again, so we want to leave an area where we can actually turn this out. So for this part, what I'm going to do is backstitch just a couple of stitches, and then I'm going to turn it with my needle down again, keeping it on that 1/4 inch seam. But when I get about midway, I'm going to go ahead and pause and backstitch here. And then I'm just going to raise my foot and slide my fabric, keeping that 1/4 inch alignment to leave a space. I'm going to let my needle back down, and then I'm going to have a piece of string here that I can cut, and that's also my opening to turn it. I'm just going to backstitch when I start that next little section, and then we're going to go to the corner and we're going to backstitch again. And so then we're just going to pull this off. We're going to clip all of our threads out of the way. You can also clip this string in the middle where you left the opening, and go ahead and get that out of the way. And now all we're going to do is see that we have an opening to turn it. Before we turn it, you do want to clip your corners because that's going to help this lay better. So you just want to clip without cutting the threads, because we do want our corners to be good points when we're done. So just don't clip where you've sewn, and do all 4 of your corners. And then we're going to flip this right side out. And you can just take your time turning it. It's pretty simple. And as you're turning it out, you want to make sure that you push through those corners that you make. Press those really good all the way around. So you will notice also that when you are turning this, that you have a reverse for how you want it to look. So you can flip this when you're done turning it, so that it looks the way that you wanted it to look. You just want to make sure all of those corners are poked out in all 4 areas. So just give those a good push. Now you can flip this back to the direction that we have. And now you pretty much have your bookmark made. We just want to tuck in this part that's left here at the top. You can also iron this down really well, and we're just going to come back and top stitch this all the way around, and you will be ready to use your bookmark. So now we're just going to do about 1/8 of an inch all the way around the entire bookmark, and that's going to close up this opening that we have where we flipped it. I do recommend that we backstitch when we start and when we stop. You may have to help it a little bit on this part that has the extra fabric to kind of get it moving. So that's going to seal our opening, and we're just going to continue around about 1/8 of an inch just to give it a nice little top stitch. This just gives it a nice finished look. So when you get near the end where you are getting back to where you started, you do want to go ahead right there and back stitch a couple of stitches, and then you have your completed bookmark. So the next thing you'll do is just go ahead and put this in your book, and I'll demonstrate how that looks for you. All right, I hope that was simple and easy enough for you for something that you can do. So now all you have to do is find your favorite book, and when you get ready to take a break, just slip that on your page corner, and you have a perfectly good bookmark to pick up where you left off. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that this is something that'll come in handy for back to school and that you will make tons of these. Come back and see us on our next episode and find out what we're going to make next. Don't forget to like and subscribe.